Well, hello to some of the SMC um, people that have looked at me and Laylow's videos. As of right now, um, me and Laylow are not speaking and might as well say not together. Um, I had tried to do a video before when I was in Rocky Mount to introduce you to our son Nazir. Um, and apparently that video did not upload, but hopefully this one does. But to give you somewhat of an update, we did have our son. He was born May 26th of 2023. He was 3 weeks early. Um, from the time he, sorry, from the time that he was born to now, there has been a lot of, I want to say, there's been a lot of anger, there's been a lot of tension, there's been a lot of he say, she say, there's been mixed communications between his mother and my aunt, there's been mixed communications between family members, period. And we had also got into a little bit of drama with um his other baby mother and his daughter. Um, so basically, um, I wanted him here for Christmas. And he did come because it was our son's first Christmas, even though our son is now only 8 months old and everything. We did spend Christmas together. And of course, he had baby girl with him. Um, Within the whole basically of transitioning of things, I did get my own spot. I tried to basically turn my place into a home from two to being four, which would have been me, him, our baby boy, and of course, baby girl, which is his daughter. And unfortunately, that did not happen. Um, it probably won't ever happen. But um, we've been through some very, very crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, I don't think there's really a word for it. But we've been through some things. Um, we went from engagement to we went from engagement back to cheating, the cheating to lying, and then we went from lying to back to cheating, which was basically square one. Um, Never would have thought that it would come to this, but it did. So um, he came for Christmas, and then the day after Christmas, he left. He was actually supposed to leave either that Thursday or that Friday, and it did not happen. So he left at 12 midnight on the 27th of December, the same day that our son had a doctor's appointment. I left Fayetteville on the 28th to go to Rocky Mount because on the 30th of December was the day that we had basically picked to get married. I got to Rocky Mount. His sister had got there the same day, and we had a big, big like altercation. Um, it basically had got thrown out of proportion. Police were involved. Um, I stayed the 3rd of until the 3rd of January. I came back home. Then I had court in Rocky Mount again on the 22nd, but come to find out that I really didn't have to be there, even though I was the one who had pressed the charges, not against LayLow. It was against another guy at that time that was threatening me and baby boy. Um, Within that short period of time that I was in Rocky Mount, it turned out worse than it was supposed to be. I came back home on the 23rd. That Monday night, which was the 22nd of this month, um, me and Laylo had got into another altercation, and I ended up leaving. I spent the whole night out in the cold. Um, I did not want anyone to know where I was. I was completely hurt and crushed to the point to where I think at one point at the time that I was out, I wasn't thinking about anything. I had a couple of scratch marks and some bruises on my arm and other parts of the body because of um, Laylo was basically being abusive. Um, the police were called again the day that I was leaving, which was the 23rd. And me and him had basically got into it again. And he, me and him had an exchange of words. And what had happened was basically he said, I can't remember exactly what was said, but there were some words exchanged. And when I got ready to try and go back in the house, he had closed the door and locked the door in front of my face. I didn't really bang on the door. I kind of like knocked on the door with the ball of my hand, and then I actually knocked on the door. Um, he got upset about that, came outside and grabbed me basically by the collar of my coat and pushed me, and I slid across the ground. At that point in time, I did call the police again. Um, and um, it was basically said by his mother that I was no longer allowed to come to her house, and I wanted to get my son, but I could not go past the tree that led to her front door. They would have considered that as trespassing. So instead of actually going by any of the trees that was near his mother's home, I went around the police cars and I went to the second police car, and without any type of thinking, really at that point I didn't care. I said, go ahead and lock me up. I said, because y'all want to consider this as trespassing. I said, so just go ahead and lock me up. From what I gather, Laylo did not want me to get locked up, but it happened that way. I got charged with second degree trespassing. I have to go back to court March 4th. Um, we were trying to at least have somewhat of a simple conversation for at least 2 days, I want to say, for at least maybe 2 or 3 days. Then on the 26th of this month, um, we had talked on the phone. I really hadn't said much. I was basically just listening to certain things that he was telling me. But at the time that he was talking to me, um, of course, there's always been another female in the picture. The female that he was talking to was with him at the time that he was basically having a conversation with me, which was on the 26th. Um, then I got a phone call on the 27th at 6 something in the morning, and he tells me not to flip. And at first I was like, I can't flip about anything if I don't know what's going on. He got in the car with his cousin and his cousin's girlfriend and the girl that he was talking to. They were all in the car, and they ended up getting into a car accident and the car flipped. When I actually did talk to him on the phone that Saturday morning, um, there you go. You want to be seen? There you go. Yeah, say hi. So, once we did talk on the phone, I found out I was trying. I was actually, well, first I'm going to say I was going to call out of work, and I was going to see if one of my cousins could basically just, could we just go to the hospital where he was, which was in Virginia. But when I left my house Saturday morning, my aunt was watching my son, and I went to work. Um, Before I even really got in the car real good to get Nazir in the car, to get myself in the car, just to get my mind right, I had found out from my aunt that the girl was with him. And I had no clue that she was with him. He wasn't even going to tell me, but then he finally told me. And with him telling me, that made things even worse. Um, I like I said, I went to work. I was very, very upset. I was hurt. I'm still hurt. Um, Disappointed, but I had to keep myself together so I could work. I have not spoke to him since, I want to say, Saturday night, and it is now Monday. Um, Blocked on all social media platforms. I blocked him on TikTok. I blocked him on Instagram. He blocked me on Messenger. Um, Phone calls and text messages, those are probably blocked as well. It's not blocked on my end. It's probably blocked on his end, and if so, then okay. Um, but there's things that we do need to talk about, because there's things that's going on with our son that needs to be discussed. Um, I have actually cried every day since I left on the 23rd, and nothing has changed. But I will say this: I put my all into this relationship, and I put my all into him. I had sacrificed a lot of things. I have just, I I had put him on a pedestal. I had myself thinking that I had the perfect boyfriend. I had the perfect fiance. I had the perfect soon to be husband. I put that thought in my head when I had so many people, including his mother, tell me this is not it. Let go, and let God. And he's not the one for you. He's not meant to be with you. Know your worth. He doesn't love you, because if he did, then he wouldn't be doing the things that he's done. And in all honesty, that is a true statement. You don't hurt people. You don't disrespect a person, period, that you love. Um, I'm not gonna say that he does not care or love his son. I'm not going to say that. Um, but he has a very, very funny, odd way of showing it. Um, our son is now 8 months old. I I just can't put into words on how I feel about everything. Because sometimes when I think about it, yes, I get teary eyed. I get that lump in my throat because it does hurt and it bothers me a whole lot. Um, but with everything that has been going on, I have tried. I really tried my hardest to stay calm about everything, but I really can't. Um, there's there's really nothing left to say. I mean, I guess it is what it is. Um, I've prayed about it, but then I turn around and I think about it and I'm just like, okay, did I really need to pray about it? Because as much as I want things to work out, it's not gonna happen. Um, but our son had his consultation today, and he knew that our son had a consultation. Not once has he picked up the phone to try and text or call to find out what they're gonna do. It was about our son having his surgery. Nothing. Um, he has said plenty of times that, oh well, once he has his surgery, I'll be there with you. I'll be there for a whole month. And honestly, that's not going to happen either. Um, I'm at my breaking point. I think I'm honestly past my breaking point. Um, a year and 9 months we were together, and it's down the drain. I don't so much blame myself. I don't, because I know what I did. I know what I said to him. Some things I did say to him were harsh. Can I apologize? Yes, I can apologize. Can he apologize? I don't think he can. Um, the disrespect came from so many different females, and this one particular female, I cannot wrap my head around anything because it's too much. It's too much hurt and pain that I have inside of me. Period. To somewhat move forward, it's like basically when you lose a loved one, it's like you're not living, you're just existing. And that's kind of the path that I'm on. I'm not living, I'm just existing. I'm just going day by day. I'm just going with the motions because it's like, oh, okay, I know I have to get up in the morning and I have to get myself ready for work. I have to get him ready to go to the babysitter. I know that later on in the day, I have to cook dinner. I have to make bottles. I have to get his diaper bag ready so he can go to the babysitter. Like, I know this is what I do every day. So it's like, I know this is something repeatedly that I have to do. Am I happy because I'm doing it by myself? No. Would I love to have him here with me to help me or however? Yes, I would. But at the same time, I'm not gonna actually sit here and make it seem like it's easy, because it's not. Being a single parent is not easy. Sometimes it has its advantages and then the next it doesn't. But like I said, I would love to talk to him, but every time we have tried to talk, even after I left, it turned into an argument. So um, there will probably be no more SMC updates. There will probably not be anything else. As much as I want to get everything done, I can't, or whatever. So I know he's not gonna put anything up, and I'm completely fine with that. But I just wanted to give y'all an update because our son is born. Like I said, I tried to do an update before when I was in Rocky Mount like a week or two ago. Well, basically a week ago, and it did not upload. But um, Chevy and LayLow are not together. um, as bad as I hate to say that, it hurts. But I still love his daughter as if she was my own. That will not change because she's a child. She has nothing to do with this. Um, of course, Nazir is always with me, of course, so there's nothing to change about that. Um, I wish things were different, but they're not going to be different. They never will be the same. Like I said, I have court coming on. I have court coming up March the 4th for that charge for second degree trespassing. So I will go to Rocky Mount for that. I will have to um, save some money up for my train ticket and save some money up for a room because I will not be staying at his mother's. So that situation I will possibly give you an update on. But right now there's no communication. There's nothing to be said. Um, there probably won't ever be anything to be said. Like I said, I go through the motions every day. But I wanted to give you an update because the baby's born. He's 8 months now. As you saw him in the video, he's a very, very active baby and very talkative, of course. He's not crawling because he wants to be lazy. He does hold his own bottle. He does say dad dad. He does the motion of like popping his lips and stuff. And he's also eating baby food. He eats baby food very well, actually. He's very attentive. He pays attention to a lot. So teaching him how to say mama or teaching him how to pop his lips like that, he can do it. So he can do that. Yeah, I'm talking about you. He can do that, but before he actually does it, he studies what you're doing. Like he studies my lips, or if someone else does it, he studies their lips. My aunt has started doing this. She started doing this right here. She started doing that, and he can't do it. So he moves his tongue or lips or whatever a certain type of way. And he ends up like doing spit bubbles instead, which is very cute. He wakes up happy. He goes to sleep happy. Honestly, he goes to sleep happy unless he's extremely tired. Then he wants to fight sleep, basically like he's doing right now. But me and LayLow have not spoke to each other. I don't think we'll ever speak to each other. It is something that just happened. But if nothing happens to me on March the 4th, I will come back on here and I will probably give you an update on that. But terrible situation, and it's just what it is right now. Like I said, I know he's not gonna come on here, and I know he's not gonna post any videos, and that's fine. And I'm content with that. But right now, there's no LayLow and there's no Chevy as relationship wise. No. So I don't know if I'll keep it as SMC. Probably won't. So for the ones that do watch our videos, sorry to say that. I know majority of the vlogs I've done are just of me when I was at my dad's house, now to me being at my own spot. So I thank you for watching. I thank you for subscribing. I thank you for liking. I thank you for commenting. Um, you can comment, like, and subscribe, of course, to this video. You can comment. I'm up for comments. I will comment back. It's not a problem. But Chevy&LayLow are no longer a couple. So, like I said, I have court March the 4th. I will give you an update on that. And I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But um, for the ones that do watch, love you all, near and far. Hope everyone enjoys and has a wonderful day, a wonderful and blessed and joyful year. No drama. Please be drama free. But there is no more. So like, comment, subscribe, and I will give you an update later. Bye.